Ibrafah. We call on Enoch, the Ethiopian who ascended into the heavens and became Metatron. We thank you and invite you. We call on our deflector shield, big brother, Archangel Michael. May you protect by the invocation of your name, spoken word, or in our brain. Will you come and protect our brothers, sisters, our wives, girlfriends, our nieces, uncles, nephews, grandfathers, grandmothers, Archangel Michael? We need deflector shields of impenetrable energy to protect us from the ignorance and the low powered frequencies. Archangel Michael, we thank you and invite you. We thank you and invite you, Archangel Gabriel. We thank you and invite you, Archangel Uriel, angel of knowledge and enlightenment. And most of all, the forces of nature that live within our chakras, we call on our brothers and sisters, Ilegba, Oshun, Yemaya, Ologun, Oya, Shango, Ogun, Obatala, Ochosi. We acknowledge these forces within us. You, me, we, Ubuntu. We call on Seraphis Bay, Kutumi, Sanat Kumara. We call upon our ascended master brothers and sisters from the land of Atlantis, Tahuti, Quetzalcoatl, White Buffalo Calf Woman. We call on Ratah. We call on Imhotep, Ptahotep, Akhenaten. We call upon Asar, Aset. We ask that you be with us on this show. Guide the spoken words of our nephew, Red Pill. Guide the spoken words of all who come into the show. Anoint the crystals. Rest your hands on our shoulders so that we can achieve what we were born to do. We call on our ascended master ancestors from the Orion star system to be with us. We call upon as children of Nuke Poo Nuke, I am that I am. We call on the Orion star system, with Dogon star system, Palladian star system. We are calling for a planetary coup to have the masses experience the golden touch of enlightenment and 24 strand DNA activation from the grassroots to the world leaders driving cross-eyed school bus of madness. May they have the psychedelic experience of inner bliss and gladness so they can awaken to their divine and the whole planet shines. Those leaders, known and unknown, seen and unseen, human and non-human, we embrace our non-human brothers beyond the sky within the earth's interior who beat to the heart of love. We invite you. Harriet Tubman, we thank you and invite you. Mary McLeod Bethune, Nat Turner, John Brown, we thank you and invite you. Chief Osceola, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull, Chief Geronimo, we thank you and invite you. P.B. Randolph, Frederick Douglass, Shroom Master, Dr. George Washington Carver, Shroom Master, Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master, Dr. Kalindi Aye, Shroom Masters of the Zulu tribes who use the shrooms to hunt, to have warfare and innovation. We invite you, Shroom Master Credo Mutwa, South African Zulu shaman. We ask that you walk through the veil of life and death and be with us on this platform. We thank you, Elijah Muhammad, El Haj Malik El Shabazz. We thank and invite you, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We thank and invite all the shaman warriors, mystics to be with us on this platform. And we say together, collectively, in the spirit of Ubuntu, Ashe, Mahalo, Donada, Wado, Amen, Amen. Family, grab your crystals, your pyramids, your water, your prayer sticks, and let our nephew rock. Welcome, brother. Welcome. We're gonna sandwich you over here in the middle and have the lovely
Woo!
luscious
That's right.
bliss right on your right hand side, brother. Welcome to where's Kafunya? What happened to Kafunya?
She
Kafunya's
pulling.
in the chat group.
Yeah, yeah. She pulling up.
She was saying hi in the chat group.
Oh, and thank you, Lance. Want to acknowledge my nephew, brother Panic. I know you are flying. I could feel you dining in the winds of the ethereal currents. And I want to give a special love shout out to Khadija. I want to acknowledge all of tribal members and thank you Brother Panic, for being born. Thank you for all your teachings. Thank you for your handwritten books. And we embrace you and invite you. And brother, you know you right at home, right here, Uncle Hanky's house, all the time, all the time. So with that being
Well,
said, what you got cooking, Red
he
Pill?
left, theoretically speaking, he left a huge digital imprint, on your channel.
Yeah.
And it's very telling that the brother had a run, what I mean, a residency over here, as one of the last places to broadcast what is now some of his last messages, because
Mm,
I've been binging on Brother Panic ever since that the second and whatnot, ever since I heard the news about his ascension.
yes.
And he had a lot that he had to share with the people, bro. Like I just rewatched How to Die Part 1,
Mm,
and he was evoking Baba Kalindi real heavy, you know.
mm,
I want people to understand the journey and be very mindful of the steps that people take and who they get in contact with and where does that take them. Because
yes.
Baba Kalindi came through in 2020. I brought him some shrooms and whatnot, and I brought him some
Mm,
medicine, and I brought him some offerings. You feel me? Because
yeah.
as that's what we do.
This is
And
how we do it.
and Baba came through. It's
Mm.
not me saying it; he said it. And
Oh
Baba
man.
came through, and that set off that lesson of him being ready to prepare
Yeah.
for the ascension. And here we are. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of like, I'm not here to like celebrate. Um, People are like, yeah, I'm conflicted.
Uh-huh.
I'm conflicted. I do want to celebrate his ascension, but my spirit is still conflicted
Mm.
in a way.
Well,
So
bro, I always say, ain't nobody getting off the planet alive. So we might as well rock in glory. And while we're here in this holographic reality, do the best we can do to
that's right.
thrive.
That's
If
right.
we don't get off the planet alive,
It shouldn't be so difficult though.
you got that right.
This walk that we on, it shouldn't be so challenging to complete our main purpose. And our main purpose ultimately, because you get to see it in people's death, you get to see it in those periods of ascension. If you truly a student and you're paying attention, ultimately it's not about, like he said, it has nothing to do with a European, because when you make your ascension and you leave your community, they're nowhere to be found. They have nothing to do with it. Their voice is not heard. It's your community that's talking.
Yeah.
It's your community. So ultimately, it's about the community. And why is it so hard to get across to this community?
You just brought up a good thing, nephew Red Pill, and I'm really happy to see you, bro. I got to
Yeah,
hook you up
likewise.
next weekend, man.
Blah.
Man, I've been in the lab, family. We got pyramids with xenon inside. And
Right.
this ain't no joke. If you don't have a pistol, you better have a crystal. You better have a Merkut or a pyramid. But rehearsal for death, I think, or deep orgasmic experiences. Special shout out to my co-host is Miss Bliss. Special shout out to Adara. Special shout out to my tantra teacher, Master Yao. When
Yes.
we experience deep orgasmic bliss, that's a rehearsal for death.
Also,
Go ahead, Red Pill. Take it from there,
when we
brother.
experience the ego death, that is a dress rehearsal for death. I said to people that on the lower level, on the mundane, jail is a dress rehearsal for death, because it's really the only place where you get placed in purgatory and you're buried alive and you're forgotten about. The reason why it's a dress rehearsal is because the same people that's going to hold you down and ride for you when you buried in that shallow grave, those are the same people that are going to show up when you're no longer here, and people are going to try to shit on you, and they're going to try to shit on your name. They're going to try to get at your whiz. They're going to try to desecrate your memory. So it's a dress rehearsal for anybody that wants to look. They want to take a little peek of what death is going to look like. get your ass locked up and you'll find out what it looked like. You know what I mean? It's a small smidgen of it. But what I want to talk about, because that's it at its grossest level. Preparing for death or death rehearsal at its highest level is what you initiated me into, which was the ego death. And that was on the Lionsgate 2019. Okay, right there in Brooklyn. I walked through.
You remember that?
Of course. Well, how couldn't I? My life changed that day. I died.
Yo,
you know
that tape, I got to put that tape up, man. That was so funny. I seen God. You know what you talking about?
Yeah, you don't need to put that up.
Yeah, I got to put that up, man.
No, you really don't, brother. You know
okay.
That's personal.
Yeah.
You know?
Go ahead.
But I did allow you to film me when I was going through that ceremony, but I do feel that that's somewhat personal. You know what I mean?
Oh, that ain't going up now.
And I do thank you, though, because I could definitely confidently say that I definitely I had a paradigm shift. You know, I was able to heal. I was able to tap into a part of me that I was denying. I was able to not only I didn't have to believe anymore. I walked out of your apartment knowing what the experience that I had and what I was able to tap into during that journey and whatnot. It was just undeniable as to where we eventually will wind up going once we walk through that portal. And I'm here to let you know it's going to be eternally blissful. Worry and fear not about that inevitable date, because you are going to enter similar to pouring a bottle in the ocean. You going home, but your home is going to feel so free. It's going to feel so at one. It's going to feel so quote unquote connected to an undescribable force. Like I was tapping into a power that was so powerful that all I could do was smile and have an orgasmic type of feeling in my whole body and whatnot, because like you programmed, you was able to reassure me that outside of the realms of man, fear doesn't exist. Because you never heard nobody say they came back from space or they came back from anywhere outside of the human plane and they were surrounded by fear or hate was in the atmosphere. That's not something that you experience outside of this prison planet. This fear and this hate is localized. You know what I'm talking about? There's not entities flying around in the dimensions and whatnot, hating on each other. Fake, you know what I mean? And no, that's not a natural feeling. That's something that man has experienced on the planet Earth, where God has reincarnated to experience itself in this binary quote unquote reality where everything is a spectrum. So it's not a bad thing, but I was able to walk into that experience thinking nothing but love. I was evoking love supreme the whole trip. We were playing jazz along with some water running and things of that nature. So environment sets the tone. That's very important for everybody out there. We talk about the future of conscious economics. Environment sets the tone first and foremost. I will not have a conversation with nobody about economics if the place where I'm at look like the shit is rinky dink. I'm not doing janky consciousness.
Janky consciousness.
I ain't doing.
I like that, man. Yo, I'm gonna have to take that bar, man. I'm gonna have to.
You good? Hold on to that. It's copywritten.
Janky consciousness.
I ain't doing janky consciousness because you can't have a conversation about wealth while niggas is in a basement hiding out and the goddamn boiler is acting up. You need to be in opulence. We need to be in mansions. I'm in Atlanta, so I've been able to see some things in Atlanta that will completely shatter anybody's idea of lack. They are not living in lack out here. Let me let you know this. This is not. They ain't out here going through it. They ain't. They living so good that they like, yo, I'm falling back. You know what I mean? They come to festivals and they come to eat vegan food, but other than that, they got cable. They got 100 channels. Target is right there. Walmart is right there. Sam's Club is behind you. You know what I'm talking about? They got Planet Fitness 24 hours. They got the wing spot. Nah, these people they set these niggas up to live comfortably.
Atlantis.
Yeah, Atlantis.
Black.
Huh?
Not in the realm of lack.
Nah, not in the realm of lack. That's what I could say. But
That's
what I can say is there's like 10 Atlantas. It's not one Atlanta. If you come to visit Atlanta, you're not gonna see the same Atlanta that I see. You might not see the same Atlanta that another person sees, because there's worlds within worlds within worlds within worlds.
Wow.
And it is opulence out here. People are living real fat, high on the hog, and rightfully so, right? Melanated businesses and whatnot. I walk into places that look like palaces and whatnot, owned by women and men who look like me.
Yes.
Right. And they're not coming, they're not using excuses, and they're not wallowing in no type of lack and no type of fear, none of that shit, bro. So the conversation over here in the South is different than the conversation that they having in other places, right? So environment sets the tone. So I'm able to think clearer. I'm able to look at things from a different perspective. I'm able not to just think. I don't believe anymore. I know. So I know that we belong to $1 billion quote unquote industry or a lifestyle, and we're not taking full advantage of that because everybody is running around with this fake ass church mentality, and you know, they're not being honest with themselves. They would rather slave or they would rather suffer. You know what I mean? But they don't want to step up to the plate, and they don't want to make their ancestors proud and whatnot. You just called out a lot of ancestors earlier with that roll call. And I would say if anybody was to hear that roll call, you know what I mean, and then move forward and do mundane shit, you're the problem. It's not the white man. He got enough shit that he's dealing with. They out here falling, you know what I mean? And I can't get up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they going through geriatric shit right now. They're going through a whole nother different karma. What the fuck? And the problem that we have is that they got a whole bunch of clones and bots. They're walking around in blackface, and they getting in our way and whatnot, but they're the white man. They got put in this, and they're a replacement. You know what I mean?
Hold
like
on,
a guard dog.
You know, you going so deep. I got to go get me a cup of water and some Kinkaliba tea. So if y'all gonna really listen to Nephew Red Pill tonight, you better get your cup of water, because he's gonna speed up your chakras right here, right now. And I'm on my way to get some water. So you go ahead and rock on, brother. But I ain't running out the building. I'm just getting me some water.
That tea on Saturday too.
Right.
So
if the
you better bring your money, Cafunia, because I'm gonna charge you this time, because you got a thick appetite.
If the people who all of these master teachers are dying, you know what I mean, while they teaching y'all, right, unceremoniously, right, just dying without nothing. Azazel died, Sekou died, Big Man died. All of these people are just leaving us, right? But they're leaving us without the support of the people. So if the people stop being fucking bandwagoners and stop picking and choosing and whatnot, and stop being misers, and stop being y'all are being dishonest, y'all being disingenuous, y'all are not real. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm tired of seeing my master teachers, I'm tired of seeing people and my peers suffer putting on for y'all. And when they die, all y'all gotta do is run rumors and put pictures up and fake clout chase like that was your man's and whatnot. But if you were to ask their family members, pull up their Cash App or pull up their PayPal and see how many times this nigga who's dick riding, how much support did they give him? And it's zero. And I'm like, that's the egregious part of what I'm seeing moving forward. Y'all getting in your own way, and y'all gonna suffer because of that. You know what I'm talking about? And other groups and other societies are not suffering. And we were supposed to be in front of everybody, but how somehow we in the back now. The woke niggas is living. The rappers and the trappers, I'm out here. The dope dealers, you know, they feel they got their own karma, but they still trying to manage. The dregs of society in Atlanta, the dregs of society, they doing better than people who are so-called enlightened. How, Sway? They get together, they have gatherings and whatnot. They shoot at each other during those gatherings, but they still gathering.
Real talk.
They still come together. You don't gotta, they not out here tap dancing and trying to convince people to come and see them. That's something that I'm not doing. If people is in New York, and I'm not gonna convince you of nothing. I'm not here for that. I ain't dancing for you niggas. Like, no disrespect, but that's not what I'm here to. I know I'm an elder now. You know what I'm talking about? So when the elders pull up, if the people really
You an
say
elder?
they student, I'm an elder now.
You a
Look at
baby face, man. When you pushing 30? How you gonna bust
Fam.
that?
Fam, I'm knocking on 50. You know what I'm talking about? I am an elder.
Bam!
People in my peer group are making transition.
Salutations, brother.
Panic went
Salutations.
before his master teacher.
I salute you, nephew. Now you know I gotta hook you up with a pyramid, man. I
I'm
gotta
just
hook you up with a
saying, like, we
Mercury.
are the young elders.
Mm.
We put in blood, sweat, and tears. We stood in Harlem and raised up the motherfucking flag of this conscious shit so people could run around and make a living off of this shit and embarrass us and then act like we didn't change people's whole fucking situations.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And nobody is asking anybody for nothing because there's nothing that nobody can give us. You know what I'm talking about? Just get on the floor and play the game, bro. Y'all on the sidelines in the bleachers. The bleachers got NPCs in it. Y'all people in this community have fallen back to be fucking non-playable characters. They treating this shit like it's horse racing. I'm betting on this horse. I'm betting on that horse. Now I'm betting on this horse. Like, nigga, we not no wrestlers. We not here to entertain you. We entertain because we don't want to be bored and whatnot, but we're not here to entertain the people and whatnot. We are here to wake our motherfucking people up, and we are here to serve our purposes and whatnot. And then we here to get the fuck out of here. We are here. I know me personally, I'm here to do the work that I was programmed to do, that I was programmed in my mama's womb to do. So I don't have to come back and do this shit anymore again. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm here to do. So
yo, that's deep. That's deep. You just said your mama's a Stargate. That's excellent.
Definitely is.
Blessings to you, mama.
More than 3 of us.
I want to add too that most of the people are interested in paying $300 and $400 and $500 tickets to go see artists that they don't even know, that is not even giving them any real good food for their upliftment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's nothing the matter with artists and everything like that, but they should support the people within their own community, at least, you know, like what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
There's something wrong with artists. I'm gonna say that the modern day artist is quote unquote akin to the sellout. Right?
Yeah.
The hip hop industry. The first person that I heard say something sensible about what's going on overseas is Summer Walker, bro. And shout out to Summer Walker. But that's how fucking broken the industry is. Those are our ops. They don't ride for us. They don't. And the thing is, people in consciousness, or who I don't even know who I'm talking to, but the people out there, they are confusing us as personalities with these rappers. They think that we they think that we in the same fucking field as a rapper. That's disrespectful. They trying to put us in the same goddamn field as an influencer. Like, that's how low this shit has fallen. And I'm not here to point fingers and whatnot. A lot of us witnessed the falling of the community, and we know who the fuck kicked the chair over. You know what I mean? We don't gotta say names. We know who kicked the chair over, and they going through their own judgment. All of them. You know what I'm talking about? All of them. But it's gonna come a time where everybody gotta look themselves in the face and see. Look at your hands and see how much blood you got on your hand. How much did you participate in the fuckery? How much did you support all of these fake ass teachers and whatnot, like Polite? You know what I mean? Who had all of y'all wrapped around his fingers and whatnot, and basically steered the community off the cliff. And a lot of you niggas jumped off the cliff with him trying to climb back up, and I'm gonna kick you down. You know what I'm talking about? You can't come back up after that. You niggas need to just hang it up. You know what I'm talking about? Because as long as I'm here, I'm never gonna let none of y'all niggas live. I'm dead serious about that. I'm never gonna let y'all live this one out. You know what I'm talking about? You might as well just retire early, because you'll never live in the world that I'm in. You know what I'm talking about? Because I sat back and I watched people really desecrate a billion, trillion. It's not even a money thing, a priceless motherfucking endeavor that is backed by hundreds of years of energy that Noble Drew Ali put forth, Elijah Muhammad put forth, Malcolm X got killed for, leading all the way up to this for people to just clout chase for followers.
Mm.
And then all of the young dudes came and ran in this shit like gang members and whatnot and disrespected the elders and had the elders all scared and shit. Nobody want to talk about that. I was there when them niggas was trembling and whatnot, and they was intimidated because motherfuckers was walking around with do-rags and they pants down, cursing up a storm and making the elders feel like they was about to get jumped. And we had to sit back and watch that. And nobody, and now everybody fake righteous and whatnot. Everybody all their hands is clean, and I'm here to call the bullshit. And I'm like, no, it's not. So if people wondering why things are not working in this community, it's because nobody is willing to fix the things that are broken. Mm-hmm. Y'all are running around trying to move a car. They got 3 tires taken off of it.
You know what I say?
The way to solve things. I'm sorry, Hank. What'd you say?
I said, you know, we got. I'm in total agreement with you. So I say we are a junkyard, a dysfunctional junkyard of broken hearts, wounded souls, slipping and sliding on chicken grease.
Right. And trauma bonding has become a requirement and a prerequisite for people to get together in this quote unquote situation that we find ourselves in. Prior to that, it wasn't trauma bonding. Prior to that, it was optimism. You know what I mean? It was good news. You know what I'm talking about? Then all of the doomsday niggas come along. Oh, the world is about to end. Oh, this is about to stop. Oh, this. Like, yeah. And then the world don't end. And I'm like, now what? Now what we gonna do with you?
Yo, man, you making me have JW flashbacks, man. That's some Jehovah's Witness flashbacks there. The sky's fallen since 1914.
So what we gonna do with Chicken Little? Because they still running around with the same fucking energy and whatnot. They haven't atoned for the fuckery. Do you know what? I know people who quit their jobs. I know people that divorced their wives. I know people that packed up and left their fucking family over this shit, bro. Just listening to these people on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And it don't be real. It don't be real. So what is real? I want to deal with what is real, right? We know is it real is not real. What's real is this is a real lifestyle. What's real is that people who embraced CMOS in 2020 during the lockdown, they began to heal people and save lives. They got a feeling of what it felt like to be a Dr. Sebi for a minute. You know what I mean? Even though nobody could ever fill those shoes and whatnot, they got an inkling of what it feels to be a healer.
Special shout out to Chris Roy.
Yeah, special shout out. They got to feel what it is to be of service. They got what it feels to be an essential, not a non-essential, an essential. Do you know what that did to people's confidence? Do you know what that did to build people up? Like, oh shit, I'm a real healer. Like, I made some fucking elderberry tea and shit and whipped up some CMOS and I'm a whole healer now. You know what I mean? And people started their healing journey. And people started to create businesses and people started to build up brands and whatnot. And people started to quit their jobs and they started to live more into the natural lifestyle. They started to go off the grid. They started to put their phones down. They were not listening to the news. They were listening to people around them about what it is that they wanted, how they felt. Yo, I want to go to Mexico. Fuck the lockdown. I'm going with you.
Right.
I went to Miami. I went to Atlanta. I went to Puerto Rico. I was everywhere. I was in Connecticut in the streets by myself. Like I bought the town, bro, during the lockdown. Lock what down? Lock who down? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That did not stop me, bro. So the lifestyle of everything that we represent has now been quote unquote commodified. You could act like you don't see it, but I'm here to just shine a light on it and say, look, we wear clothes every day, right? All of us wear a piece of jewelry. All of us wear underwear and socks and whatnot. All of us have to wash our face and whatnot. So why is it all of those products are not controlled by our people? Not people that we don't know, people in the network who we have equity in each one of our companies. Because I don't give a fuck about, he got an afro, so no, there's somebody in my community that we know who either they parents or we know they peoples or whatever. We should make a commitment to start only dealing with ourselves and circulate this dollar so we could begin to see opportunities present themselves. We need a group of people as an investment club. Do you know, over the course of the past 2 months, I've been invited to 3 trade shows, right? They say your network is your net worth, and I got some good people in Atlanta that got powerful network. You know, they got powerful plugs. So they invite me to different places, and I'm going into these trade shows. Now, a trade show is a little bit different, right? These are the trade show things, right? A trade show is a little bit different than like a conference. You know, our people love to have conferences and sell people shit. Well, in a trade show, it's not a conference and they're not selling you nothing. They're offering you the opportunity to become a partner in their business. They're opening up quote unquote credit lines. They're opening up accounts or what they call doors and whatnot. And they're not selling you nothing. They're giving you shit. I walked out of them trade shows with more bags than I could carry. Right? And them Europeans is calling me to this day. And I'm doing Zooms with them and everything, because when they approach me, when they scan my badge and they like, oh, hey, Mr. Red Pill, what do you do? I say, I do everything. They got this little bewildered look. Like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, I mean by what the fuck I say. I do everything, and I represent 1 million Atlanteans. And the minute I say that to Europeans, it's like a special language that I'm speaking. When I say I represent niggas in Atlanta, oh my goodness. Yo, get the champagne. Hold on, pull a seat up. Get this man a foot rub, man. You need your feet rubbed? You know what I mean? They just accommodating. They just roll out the red carpet. They want to get me something to drink. They want to give me a massage because they looking for our money, and they know what we about. They know how powerful I die. They know we the consumers. We are the consumers. We are the crash consumers. We buy. We are like pigs in a motherfucking pigsty. We just eat whatever they throw at us. So it's we inside of a convention center the size of a football field. It's a few spots in the audience, if you know what I mean, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a bunch of Indians, it's a bunch of Asians, it's a bunch of Arabs, and it's Europeans. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And it's a few brothers who are like the help, right? And they in Atlanta, but we not in there. But they're coming together to conspire on how to build up businesses to sell us products.
You know, so, I gotta share something real quick.
Right.
Please do.
Let me tell you, and I'm being humble about this. You know, I stay in the lab, and the only person I'm cohabitating with right now got 4 legs and fuzzy. And I put my pyramid, I upgraded the pyramid, Red Pill family. And you know what came to my mind? The deli on the corner. I watched him make me an omelet, but I noticed the egg yolk broke. And you know what the pyramid told me, or the pyramid revealed?
What?
That dozen eggs that they sell and expires, they put it in the bucket so that they can make you an omelet with expired egg yolks.
Of course, nothing gets thrown out.
Nothing gets thrown out. And I was like, bringing it to my attention. Now I have it with, I add onions, black olives, tomatoes,
chopped cheese, chopped cheese.
Yo, I got to get me some Gouda cheese in that, man. And then I have it with avocado and spinach.
Right.
But it, you know, elevating consciousness, and that's what I love about your the background. We have been bamboozled with our consciousness and our attention. Our attention has been seduced by social media big time.
Big time.
And so we got to come back. And that's what I appreciate about that background. And Kofunya, I appreciate you and Monique and Bliss and Marvin and Lloyd Strayhorn and Duke Ra and all of our frequency tribe, because that's what you're speaking of. Red Pill is polarizing our frequency. Take it, brother.
Yes, I am explicitly speaking about that. I am unabashedly speaking about that. And I have to, before I even continue, I have to give superb praise and honors to Miss Bliss, to Sister Kafunya, to my Sister Monique, to Brother Hank, to Lloyd Strayhorn, and every single person who had the audacity to start building up and holding up New York again.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Spiritual legacies. That's right. That's what we do
And
it.
didn't let this shit die out, right? And was like, nah, we not gonna let the flame go out. We gonna hold this thing up. That's why I could come back into New York with my head high. You feel me? And standing tall and whatnot, because I already know that there's that, and I could come walking into Nicholas knowing, nah, this is a real spot right here. They really putting on for our people. Look at the people that they bring into the table. Ross Ben, Wesley Muhammad. You know what I'm talking about? Kaba Khomeini. They're going to the source. They're going to the cream of the crop and whatnot. And it's giving me the feeling of why I am who I am. I would not be who I am if it were not for the lectures.
That's
I would
right.
not be who I am if it was not for Monday and Wednesday classes. Yeah, I probably would be here, but I would not be as refined. I would not be as experienced. I would not be so filled with information and energy and light because I had the opportunity to be in the room with Taj, with Ross, Mariah Bay, with Cheyenne the Liberator, with the eight, with everybody at once, right?
Yo,
And it put an imprint on my soul. I was in lecture halls with all of the legends. I was outside on 25th with the great ones.
yo,
There's nothing that nobody could fuck around and tell me. There's no, you can't take anything from me. You was there, and I was there, and those was the motherfucker. And I could live on with that energy and that charge for 100 years.
yo,
Because I don't know if people understand the regenerative powers of the collective. Y'all be fronting on yourselves and whatnot. It's when we get together, that's when we heal.
yo,
Who
nephew.
been sick before? Who been on a deathbed before? Who been like really down and out? And you went to a lecture, or you went on 25th in Harlem, or you went to the goddamn Dance Africa.
Right.
When Dance Africa usually comes around, I'll be on my last leg. Like somebody got a fucking, I'll be on hospice.
And nephew, family.
Mhm.
I got a special call from our brother named Yaya.
Yeah.
National Black Theater is opening back up next year. They almost finished the building. What he told me is they tore down the old National Black Theater, 5th Avenue, 125th,
Yes.
and they rebuilt it so that the National Black Theater is at the base and 20 apartment levels is
Building.
above it.
Right. They built
20
a whole
stories up.
complex. Right.
And he said it's almost finished. And special shout out to I'm calling him my big brother, King Simon, because he's been my coach in a lot of ways. And thank you, Monique, for even mentioning. Special shout out and acknowledgement to Brother King, because yo, Brother King's a genius with marketing. I seen postcards, him biking up and down Nostrand Avenue, hitting all the spots. So yeah, Ubuntu to King Simon, and thank you, Monique, because Monique is on the roll now, Jack. You know, she got something on fire every weekend. She got a fire going.
Right. I think promoters deserve more credit than they're given. Y'all are the lifeblood. Y'all the lifeline and the lifeblood. Y'all are the kingmakers in a sense. You know what I mean? You are the bridges and the liaisons to history, because you are the ones who create historical events.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? You are the bridge. You are the liaison. You're the moat to history, because events become historical. Fucking around. So, you know, keep doing that. Don't be. And once again, this falls on the shoulders of the people.
Yes.
We have to restructure. We just got to restructure the value system in this community. You know what I'm saying? I blame it on the mindset. You know what I mean? It has to change, because before everything became all about the Benjamins, the master teachers was getting robbed. They was getting pillaged, you know what I mean? And the DVD scene and whatnot. Then when the YouTube shit came, they still was getting robbed because the platforms was taking all the money.
Right.
Now when it became all about individualism and everybody became every man for themselves,
Right.
And they refused to help each other because everybody pocket watching and everybody. How many followers this nigga got? Oh no, I can't help him out.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know?
Looking at the numbers, and the numbers,
Right.
many are called, but few are chosen.
Instead of manipulating the numbers, right? Instead of
Right.
manipulating, instead of forming Voltron and crashing the internet, people is worrying about your little punk ass numbers and whatnot. So once again,
You start to talk like an elder, man. I'm hearing a little Fred Sanford coming out of you, brother.
The truth. It's the truth. It's
You
the
know.
truth. It's
You
the
know,
Listen,
like
in a
Wanda
day and
Sykes say, after
time-
50, you don't give a fuck.
because I'm going back and I'm watching people's
Observing. Yeah.
material. So when you go back and watch my shit, I ain't cutting no motherfucking corners. You ain't gonna have me up here fake holding my tongue and whatnot, and I might not make it tomorrow. So I'm getting out my message, and I'm gonna say what the fuck I need to say about what I need to say it about, because at the end of the day, why not? Because
Fact.
it needs to be said. And you know, people are sitting back like this. Woo, man, big man is gone. Shit, Sekou is gone. There's certain people in New York that are elated that people with receipts are no longer here because they would have cooked their ass if they ever got on the camera and the mic. They got the receipts. They know where the bodies is buried. You understand what I'm saying to you? So there's certain people that are not helping out the elders, that are not helping out their network, that are not helping out the community, because they are getting the advantage of them leaving, because they had the motherfucking truth and they would have told it if anybody would have asked them that. Brother Daoud, do you know how much shit Brother Daoud had to tell?
Blessings to
Brother
Daoud.
Azariah?
Mm-hmm.
You know how much shit Azariah had on his mind? Even Panic had a lot of shit on his mind. He would never name names. So no, it has. We got to clean this shit up. Everybody think this is kumbaya. No, the world is at war right now. What the fuck you think I'm at? You know what I mean? What you think I'm supposed to come up here and start singing gospel and shit? No, the world is at war. Shit is up.
For your mind, for sure.
Right.
You know,
Environment.
I want to say one thing. I mean, can you comment about the millions and millions of people that are coming across this border right now and their mindset in regards to setting up businesses and building when they get here, the way they function as a community together, and how what I'm seeing right now, the way they're coming through, if we are not on the right path and focusing in unity, it's going to be hell to tell a captain for us that are already here. Because
they already took over, right? They took over the Uber Eats business. They took over the scooter game in New York. They pushed them out the way, but they took over in 2020. When I was like, damn, the Africans is really Debo in it. They would be in Planet Fitness at like 3 a.m. I don't know if anybody go to Planet Fitness like in the wee hours of the morning, but the Africans was all out. They was all doing fucking leg exercises. They had their cabs outside. First it was the yellow cab, then it turned into Uber, then it turned into Uber Eats, right? So now you got the Southern Americans coming through, right? So the South Americans is coming into New York. Prostitution is legal, weed is legal, right? There's a bunch of vices that are now legal and whatnot. They're getting in where they fit in and whatnot.
Talk about
you dig what I'm saying? They're bringing fentanyl across the border. They're bringing pills across. They're bringing a lot of stuff across the border, and you got soldiers coming into America, right? So these are plainclothes soldiers and whatnot. The same situation that we seen going over there, where there's these quote unquote terrorists, but you don't know where they came from. You don't know who the hell they are. You know what I mean? You don't know who you don't know who these people really are. So if something were to happen in America, it would be at the hands of the people coming in, which will force a lockdown where everybody would have to be identified, right?
Yes.
And they would have to come into, it's just one of those doomsday scenarios. It's a powder keg. Too many enemy combatants are in the cut right now,
Yep.
right? So the situation that popped off in Maine with the shooter, the mass shooter and whatnot, who they allegedly said killed himself, you don't know if that's if those are sleeper cells. You don't know if that's Manchurians and whatnot. So
We got to pay attention. We have to pay attention to the
no, it's
president.
past that.
Real.
It's
You
past
know,
that because
you brought up
paying
something.
attention-
You brought up
past that.
something, nephew. After watching that latest Mission Impossible movie, we don't know what AI, we don't know what special effects, we don't know what is
So,
real and what is fake.
right
We're too far
now.
behind.
Right now, you're watching an AI war. You're not even realizing it. Right now, you're watching a weapons trade show. Remember, I told you I've been going to trade shows. Right? Israel is the biggest.
Yo,
one of the biggest weapons-
Don't get me
Okay.
knocked off, man.
Not my bad.
Don't get me knocked off. Not tonight. I
Well,
already got bruises and black eyes, and they got me on probation.
I feel you. We'll talk about it when I go.
Is it real? Is it real?
Yeah, Is It Real is one of the biggest arms
Yeah.
manufacturer in the world. When you see America saying that they approved $500 billion, that money is not being wired to Is It Real. That money is only opening up Colt Remington Steel, and Lockheed Martin is just opening up the budget so they could go shopping for them things. So they are displaying AI weaponry right now. Do you see them buildings coming down with precision?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, so there's a
Yo, they got satellites too doing stuff,
they
man.
shot the shit down from a satellite, bro. Are you dumb? So the Iron Dome upgraded to shooting lasers. This is a trade show that y'all seeing. They are showing off new weaponry, new cutting edge, state of the art weaponry. That body count, that shit jumped to 10,000 because they are showing other regimes that are quote unquote suppressive or autocracies and whatnot, tyrannical. They fake acting like, oh, stop the war and whatnot, but they watching. There's a
Yes.
stream where you could watch the drones live.
Yes. Can I say that those companies that you mentioned on the stock market has been skyrocketing?
Oh, them EYL niggas is going crazy right now.
Shout
All
out
of
to
these
Earn Your Leisure.
Shout out to all my day trading niggas. You know what y'all doing right now.
You know I'm
They
trading.
eating on them stocks.
Yes.
And they try to shit on NFTs. Somebody got rich today. The shit just jumped up. So everything that they've been telling y'all that was fear-based to distract you, you've been lied to, you've been hoodwinked, you've been tricked into
Bamboozled.
poverty.
Yes.
Oh, there's a recession. Where? How?
I'm telling you. That's
Nigga,
oh,
what?
God.
Y'all don't get out
Fear.
enough. Y'all need to
Fear-mongering.
get your passport stamped. All of the nations that are forming up against quote unquote America, they all booming economies. How's that?
And that's what's happening in New York City, man. You got multi-millionaire Chinese buying for tax shelter, buying, renting apartments, buying those $1 million, and they stay empty because
Man.
they're using it as shelters.
Right. So
Wow.
if you go over to South America and you look like me and you know who you are, and you don't gotta even just show up in your proper persona, you'll see how that economy is doing. If you go to Africa and you have a mind and you have a heart and you know what you're talking about, they are going to invest in you. If you go into India, any of these places where BRICS, any of these new economies that are going against the slave economy that they're gonna trick you niggas into holding on to, but like Midnight said, like Capleton said, like Luciano said, like Sizzler said, Babylon for burn, and you niggas are burn with it. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't get out the way. So I'm hands off. I don't have no horse in this
Those
race.
Ethiopians.
And
It's
Ethiopians, the world is moving to get ready for us.
Oh,
And we
speaking
don't
of
realize that the pieces on the chessboard is moving to get ready for us because all of those countries that they lining up, all of them countries know who we are.
Speak.
All
All
of them.
them countries, they all go back into our history. And all you niggas on the internet been learning about your culture attached to all of these countries, but you not putting 1 and 2 together.
No action, no movement.
None.
Not doing nothing. It's just like analysis, the paralysis of the analysis, and learning and learning and learning.
Right.
No action.
No action. So 2 or 3 years of bird ass Negroes in America arguing about where they not from. They didn't get on. They trying to clown the passport bros. The passport bros got fucking motion. They not just running around, getting cheap coochie and whatnot. They out there building up businesses, creating bonds with people, getting to the crypto, just networking. Y'all got to get out of this slave penal colony and start networking. Stop being afraid of people who look like you and network. Y'all are worse than these Europeans because even they network.
Yep.
They be on a plane and shit getting fired. They got beef with everybody. You know what I'm talking about? They allegedly got beef with China. So why is the airplanes filled up with Europeans going into China? And you niggas ain't on the airplane. And China's where all of the money is getting made. It just don't make no sense. So at the end of the day, people are just gonna learn the hard way, you know. But there is no recession. It's all in your mind. If you accept it, then it is. Look, we at the 1 year anniversary of when they introduced ChatGPT. I'm about to come to Brooklyn and show you niggas something, bro.
Yo, you gotta save some of this for Saturday. Don't drop it all tonight, man.
I ain't dropping it all. This is the hors d'oeuvres and whatnot. It's a 1 year anniversary to the AI revolution. It came out November 2022. The whole world fucking changed before everybody's eyes. But people is fake scared of AI. But they got the Rose though.
The Rose. What's the Rose?
Yeah, that's a vibrator. You know what I'm talking about? And the shit talks to women. Yeah. So we gotta ask the question: when you violate and you put a fucking robot inside of your yoni, what does it birth?
Ooh.
But people talk about, oh, AI is coming to kill us. No, you gave birth to that shit. What you talking about? It's coming to do what? You gave birth to it. You having sex with robots. So I'm not listening to what nobody got to say about fake AI. You in the way. You in the fucking way with your fake fear mongering, but you out there humping on robots.
Already.
That's AI. You got Alexa in your house. Why don't you turn off your GPS then? You know what I'm talking about? Because the ignorance, we fear what we don't understand. Once again, they tricked our people out of $1 billion in a 12-month period. Do you know how much money was made off of artificial intelligence, but the intellectual property that's created by artificial intelligence? Not necessarily, because people are having conversation about shit that they don't even, you can't build artificial intelligence if you wanted to. You're not that deep. So you just a customer in the eyes of people that are creating products.
Wait a minute, man. Hold on a second. You mean I'm outdated? I don't know about the Rose and I know about robots, but the sisters ain't coughing up the information. They keep, they got that silent sisterhood about the robots and what the robots can do. Come on, Bliss, you've been holding out on me.
Yeah. They kicking niggas out the house, fucking with the robots.
You go down there and go drinking with the boys. I'll be right. You got some batteries?
Right. And they about to come out with one that look like Tupac.
Oh man!
You can attach the phallus to. Yeah, I do my homework. I do my homework. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm a Scorpio, so we take it there. So I'm not with. That's called fake outrage, and I ain't with it. I ain't buying it. And I'll turn a fucking asshole around people to try to rock me to sleep with fear because I'm impervious to fear energy. I fight back against that. I push back against the fear. And when I hear people talk about, oh, AI, that's fear. That's false expectation. You don't know. How many Zoom funerals that you've been to that was caused by AI?
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
Y'all not scared of the drill rappers, them little niggas running around, them gremlins running around New York. You don't got nothing to say about that. But you scared of AI, though. And they out here shooting up niggas' mama's houses and whatnot. And they don't have no fucking remorse. Right? But that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? So once again, our people have misplaced, right? This dysfunctional as bankrupt upside down community that we in. You know what I mean? Where they don't want to do nothing. They just want to fucking talk all day. You know what I mean? And they're not building, they're not adding a lot. You got knuckle draggers adding more to the scoreboard than y'all, man. That's a
Wait. What's a knuckle dragger? Man, you got some
85er,
bars, bro.
85er, the knuckle draggers, the niggas that drag their knuckles and whatnot.
Mhm.
They out here putting up more points than the so quote unquote enlightened L-Bays and all of these other colorful names that I be hearing. And it's like, where's your work at? You got the Israelites fighting the fucking pro-Palestine people. I'm ready to hang this shit up, bro.
Oh, get out of here. I didn't know
You
that.
ain't see that?
I didn't know that. That's
Fucking
crazy.
Hebrew Israelites in Chicago fighting the pro-Palestine people. Like that's how I know I'm in a backwards timeline.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know that I'm in a bizarro world because where does that happen at?
Only here. Only
So-
here.
Yo, that sounds
once
crazy.
we became
Crazy.
right. So what I know is people they get into folly when they don't got a lot of motion.
Mhm.
So what would take your mind off of the distractions and the folly is some hardcore business. What would take your mind off of the folly is if you were to tap into your natural talents and your skills and your gift sets that you were sitting here with, not worrying about what somebody else gifts and talents are. You will worry about what your
Exactly.
gifts are.
Exactly.
And then you will monetize your gifts because we live in what is known as the creator economy now. We
Mhm.
live in it's an offshoot of the passion economy. And we also live in what is known as the gig economy. We're in a new economy. We're in a digital economy where people could stay home and make millions of dollars. You understand?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
so
I like what you're sharing, brother. I like what
Yes.
you're sharing.
And little work. They don't even have to work as hard. Like that whole going to the 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday. It's like 25-year-olds are millionaires making money right now. And
Let's
I want to
just
say you mentioned
Crypto,
intellectual property. Could you
with
please,
crypto as well.
could somebody explain what exactly is intellectual property for the family who
all
don't know
right,
what
let's
you're talking about?
use you. I'm gonna use you as the muse then, right, Miss Bliss?
Yeah.
I would ask you as a child, what was your gift and talent? What did your parents and your family and people know you for that was extra, or what was your superpower?
Ooh, my superpower. I was very athletic.
Okay, cool. So fast forward into 2023 into the creator economy, Miss Bliss launches a live quote unquote morning workout session on Peloton, the bike, right? And you get sponsorship from them to where they're sending you $10,000 a month just because you're tagging them, just because you have a following, and just because you're using their product and whatnot. And then you start a morning routine where you are utilizing your athleticism. And however, whether it's weight loss, whether it's weight gain, whether it's strengthening your core, whatever it may be, to lower the heart rate, to help with high blood pressure, you could do different exercises for different days. Then you could charge a $10 or $5 membership or subscription fee. You get 500, 5,000 or 15,000 or 1,500 or 5 people that are locked in with you. This is when the conscious economy for you begins. And your intellectual property is every single session that you press a camera and it goes to record. Anything that you record, whether it's audio or visual, it is your intellectual property. And I would say that in the future, we should begin to balance the scales and not give YouTube all of our propriety.
Woo!
You should try filming some stuff and it's not on their server. Because when they took my channel, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm here to let you know that there's a lesson to be learned. I didn't take an L. I learned the lesson.
Right.
I learned how to get $1 billion by suing them, right? So I'm not even worried about what they out here doing. They helping with the retirement fund. But what I do know is all of your intellectual property sits on their servers and they have all rights to it until you take it off and you back that bitch up in a hard drive and you back it up in another hard drive that you put in a safe somewhere, because 10 years from now, the shit that you're doing, Hank, is going to be worth millions of dollars. The same way that if we had some original work from Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, all of these, and that's how I know that this community is not functioning in a proper persona and whatnot, because y'all will make it to every event and buy everything from each one of these teachers, because
That's right.
teachers in 10 to 20 years are going to be icons. And you had the opportunity to support them and to get some of their memorabilia and whatnot, and you niggas pump fake. That's what y'all did. And y'all was like, I'll catch him the next time. No, you won't.
Yep.
No, you won't. You don't have that privilege. You know what I'm talking about? You don't got that privilege. The idea of accessibility has really fucked around and made this people, a lot of people are what they call, you know how they say the youth right now are entitled?
Oh, you just brought up something. I gotta say this real quick. Bliss, Cafunia, Red Pill.
Yes.
I had a call from a sister asking for Dooley when I told her about Dooley when he first came to New York, and she said, my brother, I know I'm kind of late. I was like,
Right.
Dooley's gone.
A year late. She's a year
He's
and a
a
half
year late. Oh, but I got an emergency. Somebody's on stage 4 cancer. Sister,
Right. You missed your calling, sis.
I had sometimes people call me like, yo, I had your flyer for 3 years. Do you have? I'm like, what flyer? Yo, that's part of the trauma. Go ahead,
I don't
nephew.
come from that, yo. I mean, all of us came from somewhere, y'all. We didn't come out the fucking garbage can like Oscar the Grouch. Like I came out of the.
Oh man, that's visual. Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
I just saw
I
Cookie
came out
Monster.
I came out the music industry. Like I came out the street, and they were more honorable, and they took care of me more, and they socked it to my pocket more, right? Than this sorry ass contingency of people that claim that they living in love and light. I don't fucking believe y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I don't believe you need to reevaluate that fucking lie that you're telling yourself. You know what I mean? Because y'all not a community. Y'all not y'all are more like y'all more like the Romans in the Colosseum. Y'all being people, yo, you know how many people, yo, that person, you like this person, or they're trying to start shit.
Yeah. Instigating.
Always trying to start shit. Always trying to have us Mandingo wrestling for y'all.
Yeah.
Always want to see niggas wrestling and battle rapping and whatnot.
Oh,
and I'm like,
you going in tonight,
I'm
bro?
going in. Yeah, I'm going in. You know what I mean?
Oh, I gotta pull this up. I gotta pull something up because I was just talking about this. Continue, bro. I'm gonna drop something on y'all because you talking science now, bro.
So it's egregious because the ancestors are watching. The pantheon of ancestors are more powerful than the living right now. Think about that. And I'm talking about the master teachers. Look, Azariah, Panic, and Dawood is together. What the fuck are we talking about, y'all? And then people is gonna try to tell me, Brother Pill, let's meditate on what? The fucking Sith laws is on the other side. Nigga, what graveyard do you want to meet at? You know what I mean? Brother Dawood lived in the graveyard. His biggest ops was, is it real? If y'all know his work, he lived in a graveyard. Then you don't get no more darker than that. Then you got Brother Azariah, Azazel, who brought this shit to New York. I mean, Dawood brought it, then Azariah picked it up, and then Bobby, and then Panic. But all three of them, the Trinity, is in the quantum realm. What we doing?
I gotta share this, man.
And there's a war going on outside. And if you really into your studying, everything going on in Africa over there right now got to do with the lost tribe. Man, who the fuck are you? You don't know what this is? You don't know what you looking at? They out here evoking biblical prophecy on fucking in front of millions of people. They saying it out their mouths. So ultimately, right, Ross Ben came on my show and he broke down how it was a European from Philadelphia named Elias Boudoir, I think. And he came out with a book that basically said that they discovered the lost tribes as the Algonquins, right? And the Lenape, niggas that look like us, basically. Up and down New York, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, all of that. So what happened was when they discovered who the lost tribe was, right? And then they had the fake tribe. They were like, yo, we have to get around them. You understand? Case in point, why in Is It Real, they brought the Ethiopians over there and they brought the real ones over there so they could get the blessings from the real ones around them. And then they surround them and then they leech on them.
Yeah.
Israel.
Yo, slow up.
Oh, is it
Yo, hold on. You hitting 120. You spoke on something that I did a short video on, and here it is.
Okay.
Ask yourself every day going into these holidays, are you a dream master or are you a trash collector in your thoughts, your feelings, your attitudes, and your emotions? The powers that be want to distract your most precious commodity, and that is your attention. So are you an eyeball, ear collecting trash collector, or are you a creator of a better reality? Are you going to be a dream master or a trash collector in these coming days? You will be tempted to be a trash collector.
Damn.
Okay.
Will you be a dream master? Or will you going to be trash collector?
I just wanted to share that
That's deep.
See what they create.
because we got in our community, because so many of us have been brokenhearted, we have forgotten to hold the staff of being a dream master.
Right.
But we've become, our trauma has gotten us to be trash collectors,
Right.
gossip, negative,
Casting negative spells, casting
acoustical trash.
right.
And they do it, and they do it in the most insidious way, behind your back.
Yeah.
Insidious.
In the darkness. You niggas
In
talking
the
about shadow
darkness.
work in the darkness.
Yeah, and that's that's that broken-hearted, wounded soul stuff.
Right.
Instead of being a dream master, awakening at 3 a.m., doing your I am affirmations. I am
Right.
awakening to what I was born to do. And Bliss, you got to tell the folks right now what's going on with them planets, make it a quickie, and what's going on and how it's whipping people's butts right now, because I'm seeing it firsthand. Tell us, Bliss. Hold on, nephew. Listen to this.
It's calming down. At one point, you guys probably knew we had about 7 planets in retrograde all at one time, and it was just chaos and mayhem combined with the recent full moon and eclipse that we had this month. But now we have about, I think it's 3 planets that's in retrograde right now.
Okay.
So it's starting to, by next month we should be, moving into a little bit, better motions. But next year Pluto will be in Aquarius, and all hell should be breaking loose again.
What kind of hell breaking loose?
The kind that we don't want to be talking about, because it's going to scare everybody. They already scared. You don't want to scare no more.
Listen, dream masters, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So what should they be looking out for, Bliss?
Up, or like worse than what it is right now in terms of like more fear mongering. So you have to be focused on yourself. You have to be focused on building. You have to be focused on connecting and being around the right people with the right energy. If you are in these groups where these people are gossiping and doing all types of mayhem and chaos, and they're afraid of this and afraid of that, then you're going to be in that realm. Your mind is going to be taken over. If you're not focused on your own intellect, your own intellectual property, creativity, your own intellect comes from your brain, your thoughts, your things that you are creating.
Right.
Your own dreams are coming into the reality. So if your dreams are going to be negative, gossip, spell work, and talking about this one, mayhem and manipulating and chaos and fighting and arguing, then that's what it's going to be for you. You are what you create. You are what you think.
For real. Thoughts create reality.
And California?
Yes.
What's the connective? Those are interested in being at Nicholas on Saturday. What number should they call, or what's the connection to get the tickets? Tell us what's going on.
Well, brothers and sisters, family and friends and goddesses and gods and all of those positive vibrations. Myself and Monique decided and we were decided and was guided to do spiritual legacies. Spiritual legacies. So the fact of it is when we decided to do November 11th, I didn't realize that was like a portal. 11/11. I told Monique, I said, we got to really talk about this 11/11 because we have to be open and ready to receive what our special guest is going to be bringing to the table. Brother Red Pill, Unk Rising Sun, Lloyd Strayhorn, myself doing the sound bath meditations to open up the way. And so if people are interested, Monique is going to put the Eventbrite link. You can get your early bird tickets, right? And you can also see the information on the flyer, right? And what's more important or equally important is that youth 17 and under is free for them to come in.
You hear that, Bliss? That's what's needed. You hear that, right? Say that again, Kofunya. And special acknowledgement to King Simon, because there's folks in our community that don't know how to say those words that just rolled off your lips. Kofunya, say it again.
Please. Yes, that's why we are attracting the spiritual legacies, because what's in the unseen world manifests in the seen world. Everything happens in the non-physical world first. And what I was guided to do, along with my beautiful sister Monique, is that we want the youth to be there. So youth 17 and under are free to come in to get this knowledge, to let them know that they are somebody and they can do this work because it's already in them already. They just need, or not need, but the guidance, that spark to say, yeah, man, I'm not afraid of anything because my thoughts create my reality. And we're all functioning in the mind of the Most High. So we know that heart vibration of wanting our youths to be prepared, and even the big children, the adults as well, because it's never, never, ever too late to manifest that dream that you want to bring into reality.
Never too late.
Never, ever too late, and don't ever think like that. And so we're bringing the smoke. We're bringing Red Pill. We're bringing Dr. Wesley Muhammad, to give the guidance to the youth and what they need to look out for so they won't be a statistic within that private prison complex. Right. What to avoid. And I'm showing the item. Once I get in the position, because it's not about if, once I get in the position to help fund certain things that the youth would need, or to support them, that has always been one of my things that I would love to do, because our youth are talented and they're ready, and I'm ready for them, and I welcome them. When I see the youth coming to our events, I get excited for them and they get excited. They love the crystals, they love the food, that we're going to be having there to nourish the mind, body, and spirit. Is so important, for you are what you eat. And on that note, I'll see each and every one of you on the 11/11 when that portal opens up with the information, practical information. Right. Because, faith without works is dead. So you got to put in the work. And on that note, I give thanks and praise to Brother Lloyd Strayhorn, King Simon, Nicholas Brooklyn, Miss Bliss, Ross Ben, Brother Kaba, Rising Sun, Brother Raphael.
Oh,
We're raising the frequency. Believe it by what you think and say.
I like the way you say that.
Thank
Dream masters have to be chant masters.
Yes.
Knowing how to be an acoustical chant master. And the ones who really have to, who have to learn how to be a chant master are our sisters that got two pair lips. Okay? You got to learn how to navigate both sets of lips so you chant the words that will build better tomorrows instead of having a dichotomous paradigm where one set of lips is bubbling and something on the penthouse lips are saying something else. So you have this cognitive dissonance between the lips of the boiler room and the penthouse. So sisters, y'all got to learn to say what you mean what you say, to break from the colonial programming of you not knowing how to chant with
Yes.
consciousness.
And lovely D Lady says, chant what? Well, chant what you want to bring into reality. Always speak what you want to bring into reality. I can do magic. Abracadabra.
Ooh. And
Abracadabra.
and when this, there you go. And Kafunya, what do women, sisters, what do you do when you really mean something? They put their hands on their pyramid hips. And that's when they activate. That's when they have the alignment. When you see sisters put their hands on their lips and then they start to talk, that's the moment of alignment and Kundalini magic.
Exactly. And when you're in the right frame of mind, you could use that other portal. So when you're with the partner that you are attracted to, you could manifest, when you're doing whatever you're doing. I do magic. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. When you're in the rhythm of that, you can create. That's not just a portal for creating.
That's Tantra.
That is
We're talking Tantra. Tantra.
And well, you would call it Tantra cornbread because when you start swaying your hips while you baking in the kitchen, or you sway your hips while you dancing on the floor, or you sway your hips at that Pentecostal gathering, you can change the world instead of the gossip. That's broken. You gotta put your hands on the hip as the sun come up, right at the portal, sisters, and imagine Kafunya, imagine Bliss, imagine Adara. Y'all imagine that the world is between your knees and you swirl your hips to the left and right, saying, I am changing the world to a better place. And go ahead and sing a song to that, ladies.
Right. And like Nickel Love 621 is saying, to reprogram your subconscious mind. That is so important. And that's what we're going to be doing 11/11, doors at 6 p.m. And it is going to be live streamed as well. So you don't have to be in the New York tri-state area to see what we're going to be doing. And Lance Benfield says, I say the miracle prayer before having his interactive vibration.
Yes. We're going to talk about the Church of the Yoni on Saturday, on 11/11.
Testify, Reverend, because they don't forgot.
If you want to talk about conscious economics, how can't you start with the most powerful energy on this planet, which is sex magic? I could do magic. Magic.
Yep.
But there's not even nuclear power is more powerful than sex magic. And like the sister said, Tantra, we ain't talking about full intercourse and things of that nature. And for the men, We're not talking about, sowing your seed, not even spilling your seed if you
Right.
can't, if you could hold it and whatnot. If your legs, if you worked on your glutes and your legs strong enough, or like the Jamaican said, if your box strong and you could hold on to that light, nigga, you could do magic. You could program.
Let me tell you,
You could realign.
I'll be
When-
on my bicycle every
Yeah.
day riding. You see that? I put this little bead in there. That's going to be the crystals and the pyramids that's going to be available this Saturday, because you just said it, nephew. It's the leg power that allows the sperm power to rise up the spine tower.
Oh yeah, you can't.
The
skip
leg
legs.
power
Yeah.
activates the sperm power to
Right.
rise up the spine power tower.
Tower.
And I got to ride every day because I'm a
Right.
packed house of high pressure steam. I got super saturated steam, sperm steam rising up my spine so that I could create stuff
Right.
that ain't been thought of.
Right. So you said it exactly the right way, that our creative prowessness, right? It comes alive when we're able to deal with our kundalini in a more righteous manner, right? When you practice what is known as discipline, and that leads to self-mastery. When you sacrifice something to get something,
Facts.
that's magic. That's a form of it and whatnot.
Yes.
So for the fellas out there, you have a whole portal right next to you. You know what I'm talking about? You have to see her for who she truly is. You know what I mean? And the same thing goes for her looking at you, because you're her portal as what? You know what I mean? As well, you're the one that's going to activate her quote unquote kundalini rising and whatnot. You're the one that's going to help her achieve manifestation. When she's in the upper room and whatnot, and and y'all are one in that blissful moment and whatnot,
Right.
that's when you do your visualization. That's when you do your chanting and whatnot. That's when you call out
Right.
Right. What you
things
want.
that you want.
That's right. You're in such a state of bliss, because you can't, if you weren't, when you're in the act of doing, you
Right.
can't be thinking about, am I going to get my bills paid and later for that shit.
Oh man.
I am.
If you thinking about your bills while you in Pound Town, let me tell you something.
No.
If you thinking about your T-Mobile bill whilst in
Right.
Pound Town, then whoever the fuck brought you to that town, that person don't need to be bringing you to the town no more. You understand what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
Yeah, because they not connecting the right way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
we want to connect properly. We want to hit the spot. You know what I'm talking about? We
Pun
wanna be
intended.
able to- pun intended. We want to be able to take over the quote unquote worrying, because
It's a useless energy. It's useless.
I mean, I was told that being worried and having the it's like the Euphrates River just dried up. Like you can't be worrying and be excited at the same time.
Right.
So many ways.
Because you cancel out the energy. You
And
can't.
what you do, remedy,
Right.
Kafunia.
So for
Yeah.
those of us that live in the now, or we live in our issues of the now, and we're trapped in the quote unquote timeline of what you're going through at the moment, you're not disconnecting from this reality and putting yourself into a better future. These timelines are programmable. I don't have to tell y'all this. There's enough evidence to show y'all moving forward that you could literally wake up in another timeline. People are calling it Mandela effect. I'm just like, nah, we going through different timelines. Like we waking up in different realities and whatnot. And everything that you see around you is the residue of man's thoughts, right? All is mental. And technology comes from Ptah, and anything that you scared of technology came from the brain first. It was made in the mind. So why don't we examine mental technology before we talk about physical or what mind manifests? It's all mind.
Everything is
We got to
fine.
get our minds right. We have to begin to reprogram one's mind. There's no such thing as the European. No, they didn't create the computer language, the binary languages from West Africa. an African created the quote unquote the modern day personal computer, we had hundreds of inventors. And then who was it? Who was the great compromise? Was that through Frederick Douglass, where he convinced black people to be menial workers?
Oh no, that was
It was Booker T or Frederick, one of them.
Booker T.
Basically-
Washington said to develop skills like plumber,
Right,
repairman,
like plumbers, right. However,
and the other guy.
we went from hundreds of creators and inventors, right? And you could look at the dates when that shit stopped. Right? There's like a list where from the 1800s, hundreds of us, and then it just stopped.
Yeah, but there was another guy. It was a light-skinned dude who really tried to assassinate Booker T. Washington's common sense approach for
Right.
men to become
W.E.
basically philosophical idiots.
Was that W.E.B. Du Bois?
Yeah, Du Bois.
Right.
Du
So-
Bois
right.
undermined the common sense of Booker T. Washington.
Right.
The same way that Rockefeller undermined true education
The school system, right.
in the school system. The same way Rockefeller undermined the medical school systems in America to change from herbs to oil-based.
The pharmacopoeia.
Yo, that was a Sith Lord.
And petroleum.
Rockefeller
Right.
was
Petroleum.
a Sith Lord. He was evil, and he ain't going nowhere. He's going to recycle back and become the most potent revolutionary because I owe. So back to Earth I go.
Oh, nah, he's a roach. Yeah, he's a mosquito or something in a mosquito farm. But
Yes, sir. This is a wonderful bill because I always say when I put up certain posts that the unveiling continues. The unveiling is happening right before your eyes. That's why you have to reflect, yes, but stay in the present moment because there's a lot of distractions going on here. And so you must stay in the present moment and yes, reflect on those positive memories, reflect on the ancestors that love you and call on them too.
have to.
You know what, Kafunya?
Yo,
I'm having greater appreciation for the need for sacred geometry. Like
Yes.
you ever notice, we're living in homes that was diabolically designed to shut down melanin with the 90-degree corners and the low ceilings.
Right.
right.
And that's what creates insidious gossip because our women get shut down by
Yeah.
the toxic energy of the 90-degree corners.
Yeah.
So what I have found, and I'm still watching, when we wear pyramids, sacred geometry, when women wear a dress, they don't curse as much as they do when they're in pants. So even the fabric, the geometry of a dress amplifies the Yoniverse resonance to create a better world. You ever notice that women, when they are in pants, they more like, hey, and then when they're in a dress, they it's geometry of a dress because of the cone shape reflects.
Yeah, I never seen those sundress girl fights on World Star.
Ooh!
Not only that, the air can flow through easier. You know what I mean? It's
Keep it air cool.
And
you
for
know what I'm
the record, polyester.
Right. I was just getting ready to go there, but go ahead,
Right.
Rick. Take it away. Take it away.
So that
Correct.
sacred geometry is important. So we're
not
going to
only
have
sacred geometry, right? But high fashion.
ooh. Yo, I don't know about fashion. I got the mechanics on my chest, and I noticed that it's just like magnetizing folks. I got
I
a
know.
big one, I got a little one, and then I got a side one. And I
And-
noticed if you look at a pretty woman, what we say, oh yeah, she fine.
Right.
You look at the smile on her face, the smallness of her waist, the fullness of her hips, and the music from her lips.
Lips. Right. And
But what Red, I think he was alluding to is, and correct me if
fabrics,
I'm wrong, is the different fabrics. This is why I
fabric.
love wearing traditional African fabrics that
Yes,
are handmade.
yes.
Like I get a lot of my material things from Ike's International, and she wears she creates this mud cloth that is handmade by our traditional brothers and sisters. So
Right.
we have to be careful, like they say, wearing linen is good, wearing cotton is good,
And
and
wool.
make sure the women who are wearing, underwear, some who do, make sure it's cotton.
Yes.
You
So
So go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
our skin is our, biggest organ on our body. It's
Testify,
exposed.
brother.
The fabrics that we put on our quote unquote body, it helps regulate our vibrational frequencies, our energetic auric fields. So, and this is no disrespect to nobody. I'm not trying to fuck up nobody's business. I'm not trying to, disrupt anybody's flow and whatnot. I'm just
Right.
giving you the truth the way it was given to me. And they said that the highest quote unquote vibration of the fabrics that we are to place on our quote unquote bodies and our temple and our skin is wool and linen. Okay. That is the highest frequency.
Ooh.
It is scientifically researched. Don't take my word for it. Say that this dude is a pseudo, curse me out, but just go and do your research though. Back it up. You feel me? Because I will smoke you if you don't got your facts right. So linen is in the Bible, and so is wool. And it was told to you in your holy books that you were to adorn yourself. The kings didn't pull up in polyester. No disrespect to nobody wearing poly, or their kings didn't wear silk either, because that's not even considered to be high frequency unless it was created by a silkworm. And what they coming out of China, that made in China, that's not real silk like that. You know what I mean? Rayon, polyester, because remember, polyester is Rockefeller. It is petroleum.
Yes.
You know what? You just
So they
brought up
got
a
rid of
point.
hemp. They got rid of hemp. We got to get into hemp boxes. Men, you can't have a proper intercourse. You can't properly show up if you got on polyesters. And that's dealing with your second brain, right? Because you talking about the two lips, but what about the two brains and the two heads that these niggas is dealing with? And they don't have no control.
Right.
They don't have no accountability.
Right.
And that shit is just malfunctioning on men,
Exactly.
which is causing mental issues that we've never seen before. Because once you begin to take away a man's quote unquote prowessness, once you begin to take away a man's virality, then he begins to hate women. He begins to beat down on the women. He begins to turn into a weird nigga. You know what I'm talking about?
Sportmeister.
Woo!
Right. And then the mental issues begin to it begins to matriculate.
That's
so
right.
We're seeing men who cannot control their lower selves because porn is so available on the phones and everything. So they in the streets not controlling. They got entities on them. They got succubus on them. They got incubus on them. They got all of these demons and all of these entities that walk through and they rotting them and everything. And they can't control their lower self. Then you got men that's polyester down and whatnot. And your wood can't
Skinny
stand up.
jeans. Skinny
I'm just saying,
jeans.
right. But I'm just saying, if you was in all linen, right, and you was in a negative ionosphere environment, like a beach where the whole environment is charged up with negative ionosphere, and you wearing linen that's charging up your body's ionosphere and your body's frequency, yeah, and the sun rises, nigga, you rising with it. How about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna function
Oh,
properly.
yeah.
You're gonna function properly in the way that you're supposed to function. And women, you know what I mean? You're gonna be able to you're gonna have that electric charge. You ever touched a woman and she felt like God touched her? Because you just got that energy, you just got that charge.
You're going to church now, brother. You take it up to church now.
Everybody don't experience that. But there's women out there that could tell you about the men who got that, it feels like
Midas touch.
the Midas touch. It feel like God done touched them because the energy that they coming with is an energy that you can't get out the store. It's an energy that either you got it or you don't and whatnot.
Right.
But it's an energy that comes from charging up your battery. I'm thinking Tesla. I'm not thinking petroleum pumps and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm not battery charged no more, my niggas. You can't gas me up. I'm on my Tesla shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't let me start up the Tesla coil. I'm looking at it now, buddy.
Yeah, I'm talking about. So we need to be more charged up as men. Everything that you just showed, Uncle Hanky, with your pieces and whatnot, that you are absolutely on the right path because you are adorning yourselves with energetic, quote unquote, talismans and things that are going to charge up your auric field and your vibrational frequency. People are suffering from blue light poisoning, being on Instagram and the social media all day is stripping them away, and now they feeling what? Depressed,
Right.
fatigued. Some people feeling suicidal. People feeling worthless and whatnot. That got a lot to do with the fact that you are not protected. You don't know what's coming through these screens and whatnot. You don't know what you're interfacing with. And not, I mean, if the people, we not even talking about you niggas that go deep diving into the underworld. You know what I mean? We just talking about regular people on the internet.
Whoa. That sounds very tantric, man. What are you talking about now?
Deep web and shit like that. You know, people who go deep sea diving into the darker, you know, like how when you go deep,
that sounds like that Scorpio paradigm,
right? There's no light down there. So there's certain people that are going into the dungeons. They're going deep sea diving on the deep web, and they are coming across shit that the normal person can't see and should never see, right? So what's attaching to those people? Because remember, we eat through our mouth, but you eat through your eyes and you eat through your ears. There's never been a time where we was exposed to so many things right on our phone.
Yeah.
So the movie that just came out that got all of the awards, it was the most awarded film in history. Do your Googles and whatnot. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people didn't see that,
Yeah.
right? Everything, everywhere, all at once. And what it was is it was a parable. The movie is a parable to the internet. Because if you on social media and you tapped into what is known as the Matrix, you are everywhere, seeing everything and experiencing everything all at once. Is your mind strong enough to even encapsulate all of these stories that you're seeing on your timeline?
Yeah.
Are you mentally stable enough to absorb all of the trauma, all of the drama, all of the death, all of these things that they're just feeding you, right? Do you have your crystal protection? Do you have in front of your computer? Do you have something that's set up that could protect you?
Mm-hmm.
You got your
ladies,
Right.
you got your Moldavite.
Right.
waist beads. Tell them about the women's waist beads.
Because if you don't have this firewall, you could be affected by something of a higher principality that you have no idea that these people in Is It Real have cooked up because they behind the internet. That's the people that's behind social media. Because not really the internet, it's really social media. This is a quote unquote experiment. The neurologists, people that study the human psychology and study the human brain and a whole bunch of other things. These are wise intelligence trillionaires.
Yes.
These are trillionaires. And they became trillionaires off of studying the activity and the proclivities of man and woman. And they've been able to monetize that at the cost of your mental health, your spiritual health, and your financial health. So you got to ask yourself, what is it worth? You're getting nothing in return. What is it worth? People are dumber today than they were when they didn't have a smartphone. So what is it worth? This community is doing 10% the work. When before we had this fucking phone, we was doing 75% of the work. So what is it worth? Everybody is comfortable. Everybody is content. And niggas is fucking robots right now. And you can't even, I'm looking at certain people's eyes and they're not even there no more, bro. They're gone, completely cloned out. A fucking Android, you might as well put a chip in them. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta ask ourselves, what do we trade for the fact that we could go live? Because this is a monumental thing that we're doing right now. This was
Fact.
never the fact that we are in a digital realm, we are in cyberspace, live streaming. This shit is like, it's otherworldly, bro. When you think about it,
Yeah.
regular people are broadcasting to millions. Like, do you know the power that you could really do with that? But it's so powerful, right? They gave us the same thing with the AI. It's so powerful, it's so resourceful that motherfuckers would do folly with it instead of doing the right thing.
Well, I want to drop this on there real quick. What you just said, you just inspired something for me to drop. Nephew Red Pill.
Yeah.
You like somebody. I like what they say. That you like the John Connor of the Matrix. So I want to drop this for y'all because I see you steering this bicycle. Hold on, y'all.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, yes. Power. Yes. I am. Yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes to yourself. Yes, I am. Protect. Yes, I am. Master. I am. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, on 11/11, we will have answers to those questions and we will have solutions. So, it's going to be live stream, and it's nothing like being there live and direct to feel the frequency of what's coming through that 11/11 vibration.
Bliss, you gonna have your Bliss tea there, or you gonna be out of town again?
I have a tantra session that day, but I will try to make it for a little while. But what I want to ask, Red Pill, do you have a new YouTube channel for the family right now that you want to share?
Well, I do have a backup channel.
Okay.
And right now, the backup channel has hundreds of videos in private. And what I'm doing is extracting all of that material before I go public, because I don't know the extent to what YouTube may be, watching me.
Wow.
And, they told me though in the email that it was the algorithm that got us. So, the algorithm is basically trained on your voice and all of your face and shit like that. So I'm gonna just get everything off into my hard drive, and then I probably will let people know, this channel. But yesterday, what I did to combat any type of sabotage that these people are trying to do, because this is the most important time to be in front of the people with information while the quote unquote the world is going upside down. Like I've been on a roll in terms of, just giving the people up to date information. So what I've done is I've created my Patreon, and we do sessions on Zoom, because private companies, right? Fortune 500 companies utilize Zoom to have business meetings without the fear of a robot or Liar Cohen or somebody listening on them. They can't affect you because it's a private encrypted platform. You could say what you want to say because they don't interrupt Tesla's meetings. They don't come and say with people at Apple, now you can't be talking about that. So right now, the best place to have private conversations, because a lot of conversations are for private and not for public. This conversation that we having is for the public. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
But when we really start unrolling formulas and methods, and we really dig and we do the research, and we giving you receipts about who we consider the ops to be or what's going on, yeah, that should be done in a more private setting. So we're remember setting it's the environment the environment sets the tone. So in the environment that we're in right now, people are more comfortable, they're more laid back. I have a Discord with thousands of people, and we're connecting our Discord to our Patreon. So I'm just in the mode of membership and subscription and, you know, community building. And I can't do that on YouTube. So I make my little special appearances here and there, but I kind of am off of YouTube right now. I'm giving them a little break while I build my own streaming platform that has because I got content. I got 1,000 quote unquote pieces of intellectual property. I got 1,000 pieces of gold and silver. That's how I see it, because data is gold. I got videos from 2009 where if I sat down with people from Meta, or if I sat down with people from OpenAI or one of the big tech companies, they will hire me, or they will cut a check for about $300,000, because I could prove to them that I'm a futurist, and that, you know, as the intellect in my community, I'll be like, I was talking about that then. And you were talking about, you found out about this shit 4 years later. Y'all started having this conversation. But I have a timestamp, because that's what YouTube does. The time is metadata. Everything is timestamp. So I tell everybody that we don't really get taught. They're not teaching us how data is really gold. You hear that these companies became trillion-dollar companies off your data, but you hear data is gold. You hear data is the new oil, but you don't know what that really means. You don't know what that entails, and you don't know how to extract your own oil.
Right.
With that being said, Bliss, you have to address the community as far as what Tantra is and how they can get in touch with the Tantra teachers.
They ready for that Tantra.
Yeah, you got to let them know what Tantra is and who are the teachers in our community that will teach Tantra, and give out their number.
Yeah, you asked me. My Tantra teacher is Adara family. Adara's Tantra teacher is Master Yao. And Tantra is basically the study of energy work, in the way that it can heal you sexually, it can heal you psychologically, it can heal you mentally, emotionally. It works with your chakras and all of your energy fields, because we have layers and layers of energy all around us. So that's pretty much the quick way of explaining Tantra.
Tell them about the touchless orgasm. What's the benefits?
So Tantra is a form of touchless orgasm. My first session was with the sister Adara, who's my teacher, and the brother Rick. And I received a tremendous amount of healing physically and emotionally. And I was pretty much in orgasm for about a week and a half, while at work, while at home, while at the store. It's this blissful feeling of wonderfulness. And that's Adara's website right there. Her phone number is 404.
Hold on. Let me put it up. Hold on. 404. Oh, oops. Hold on 1 second. 404
229 6641.
6641. Post that right now, because they like, what's Tantra?
They better be ready.
Yeah. Well, if y'all asking, y'all must be ready. So
yeah, well, still, sometimes you have to be careful what you ask for, because sometimes they're not ready.
Yeah.
Well, if we down here on this planet, you're already ready because you was born.
Well, depending on who's working on you and the person who is receiving the work, Tantra can actually act like a psychedelic. So if you have taken a psychedelic before, sometimes, depending on the person and whatever's going on with them and who's working on you, it can be that type of experience. But if you've already been doing the work, and that's what happened to me when I got on the table, I already did a lot of work with myself, a lot of healing, a lot of handling my business. So when I got on the table, I was able to experience a full body orgasm. But that's not for everybody. So it depends on where you at what level. So
You got that right, because there are a lot of women that are tight from the neck down. They can't, and their boyfriends and their husbands want to keep them that way, especially whether it be religion or low testosterone insecurities. There's a lot of men that's very afraid and intimidated by a multi-orgasmic woman, especially the Vatican.
Well,
Man.
I want to say advanced Tantra practitioners are able to heal one another. For example, someone so advanced as the teacher Master Yao, if a woman was laying next to him for maybe 2 or 3 months, he could heal her of her if she had fibroids inside or tumors inside of her body. But just the same as he's able to heal her, she should be able to heal him too. So you
Right.
both should be taking Tantra. It shouldn't just always be gimme, 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 take. We have to learn to work with one another and balance and support each other and heal each other and work with each other, nurture each other. So
I like that. I like the way you said that, Bliss. And you know what's very tantric, family? When you go visit a friend or family member, take a bag of chips or some iced tea. That's very tantric. Never go visit people empty-handed, looking for a handout. What you got? I remember there's people come to my house say, "I'm hungry. What's here? What you got?" The tantric way is you go and you give an offering. Bring a mango or a banana or a tangerine. That's tantra. Thinking of somebody beside your little monkey mind, selfish self. Thank you, Bliss.
You're welcome. So
Wonderful.
last question, the brother Red Pill. Do you have a Cash App? If anyone wanted to donate, do you take Zelle? Anybody wanted to donate to you?
Yeah. Tell them if you want some money from you want to. Hey, listen, y'all got to cash up some. Yo, this is a cash cow audience, Red Pill. So you better give us your PayPal.
No,
info.
that's a beautiful
judgment.
thing.
Whatever you guys want to send, no judgment.
That's a beautiful thing. Like right now, we in the process of building our own empire, our own independent media empire. Because
Yo, what's your PayPal?
Phil Moreland, Phil, my government, Moreland. What we all need, Moreland, Moreland.
At
right.
what? Email?
PHIL. Nah, the Cash App is money sign.
No, this is PayPal first.
Oh, I don't do PayPal.
Okay, you do Cash App.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me do Cash App. Hold on. Cash App.
PayPal Mafia did a mob hit on me.
Cash App is what is the first thing?
Everybody.
Cash App is a dollar sign, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
dollar sign.
Dollar sign.
Okay, hold on. Let me make. I'm still learning how to type. Okay, cash. All right. Now I put what? Phil.
PHIL MORELAND.
Okay. Anything else? Zelle.
Nah. Yeah,
Zelle.
Zelle is my email.
What's your email?
I do Zelle. Remember the Mart on 125th Street? Well, it's the Mart 125th at Gmail.
Mart 125
TH 125th at Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, Bliss. I'm gonna scroll that on the bottom.
You know I'm a Capricorn. I'm all about my money. I ain't playing.
There you go.
Right.
I'm a Leo with a Capricorn moon, so
Phil, Red Pill. How does that look? Did I do it right?
Yeah. We owe a lot to the Mart, y'all.
I remember. I used to go there for the veggie burgers up on the second tier.
Well, honestly, it was the Mart that we were standing in front of for 15 years.
I remember when it was open.
I know I remember it too, but I'm talking more so of Sarnetta, brother.
Oh yeah, y'all came later.
Dr.
I used to go to Mart 125 and get lunch.
I already know. Dapper Dan.
They had some great veggie burgers up there.
My mama used to take us in there, and it's a tragedy that it stayed closed for 15 years, and we were standing right in front of it when we could have been inside of there building it up, and it would have been $1 billion business considering the way that Harlem has turned into a quote unquote a regentrified paradise. So once again, I'm in Atlanta. We have the ability to build our own Mart 125th out here. They have a whole mall. They took over a Target and redid it and called it the new Black Wall Street. There's mad opportunity out here, but the only thing that's missing is we need an investment group. We need some no nonsense people who have the mind state to invest, to be investors and whatnot, and to basically go and open up these accounts and get these quote unquote this machinery. Remember, I'm in a state where it has empty warehouses, right? All along the Rust Belt line, they have abandoned warehouses, they have abandoned factories and whatnot. You dig what I'm saying? Melanated people, especially if you claiming this land and whatnot, you should be doing everything in your due diligence to get yourself in some of these factories. We need manufacturer, we need producers, we need what are known as fulfillment centers. We need people to produce clothing that we're wearing. We need people to make, we need the underwear machine. There's a whole machine that they sell to make underwears. We need the toilet paper machine. We need machinery. And you could get that with your quote unquote credit and whatnot. Look, I'm bringing all of this to
Bliss, I can see you sleepy. Thank you for hanging in there.
Look, I'm gonna bring all of this to New York with me. This is all.
Bring it closer to the camera.
These is all brochures
Phil.
from a trade show. These is all brochures that I got.
Wow.
Right? Like this is this book right here. You basically could buy the blanks of the store of the stuff that they selling like Express.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I got the manufacturer for Brook Brothers. Like I got so much stuff that it don't make no effing sense, bro. Like I got bro. These are not magazines. These are brochures. These are what the big boys is playing with. I seen $3 million get made in one sitting at the trade show. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, and it's not even a big thing. It's not even a big thing, bro. It's not like so much commerce is being exchanged, and they're not exchanging cash. They're just doing credit. This is a credit-based game now. They don't care about nothing but credit. And I live in a land of credit. I'm in Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's a credit person out here. Everybody fixing credit and whatnot. So we gotta step up and we gotta stop acting like this shit is hard, because it's not. Stop stretching yourself out. Stop getting anxiety. Stop leaning on your blood pressure. Start living in bliss, right?
I gotta highlight you, Bliss. I gotta highlight you.
Start living in bliss. You know what I'm talking about? Start living in bliss. Start making your routine more about how every day, how can I experience some type of bliss, right? We have to literally put ourselves in our soft life phase and whatnot. Men, go get your feet massage. You know what I'm talking about? Go to get your steam and whatnot. Go to the spa, the Korean spa and whatnot. Go into the sauna. You understand? Open up your pores for the men. You dig what I'm saying? Get in that cold water and then get in that hot water and then get in that cold water and then get in that hot water. Like we have to preserve ourselves. For those of us that still want to be here, for my son just turned 16 today. I ain't going nowhere.
Blessed be, man.
Yeah,
Blessed
yeah.
be.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I don't even know what happened with I don't know where 16 years went.
Yo,
but
that time flew. I remember when he was a little pint-sized thing.
you remember that, right, Hank?
Yeah, wow, he's 16.
He's 16. I had to say pause when it was sweet 16, but yeah, he's 16, got a whole girlfriend, you know what I mean, is a sophomore in high school, doing great in school, and I'm very proud of him.
Blessed be, brother. Blessed be.
I haven't finished creating more life. You know what I'm talking about? Because
we could do that anytime, man.
That's the best thing that I could give this planet is life.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? That's my highest quote unquote contribution to humanity and mankind. And this planet is my progeny. None of that other shit matters. Nothing that I say out of my mouth, nothing that I draw on a piece of paper, no lecture, none of that could topple my progeny. What was created out of my loins, my DNA. That is my greatest quote unquote contribution. There's nothing that can top that. So that's what I'm focusing on. And I would love to have the conversation with some parents who feel the same way that I do, You feel me? We don't got to get in the public and start running our mouth. I want to talk to y'all off camera, but we need to have conversations because I am gun-ho about raising up these star seeds to be gods and goddesses and whatnot, because I don't want them to go through the shit that I went through. I don't want them to have to quote unquote figure this shit out. I don't want them to be surrounded by the hate.
Right.
I want to get them into a safe place and whatnot. So when I leave this planet, I don't have to come back as a motherfucking hurricane and an earthquake. You dig what I'm saying? 'Cause that's the same. That's how I'm coming back. If I fuck around and leave and you niggas play with my progeny, I'm not playing, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's the only thing I fear is leaving them on this bird ass planet right here.
Yes.
But when
Listen.
we get things straight, when we start standing on business, right? Because what happened was in 2008 and 2009, the hip hop generation entered into consciousness, right? That was done through all of the young teachers, right? A.A. Rashid signaled he was the archetype of that because he came home in 2006 and he came home from doing 10 years and they put him right on the main stage and he opened up for Bobby Hemmett. That was the beginning of our generation taking the reins and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
But what happened was as that began to open up later on, social media began to take over and people start playing on apps that are literally made for teenagers. Because when you go in the app store, Instagram is for teenagers, so is TikTok, and so is goddamn Facebook and all of these other things. So now, fast forward, we in this community and the elders is acting like teenagers. Y'all trying to keep up with 20-year-olds.
Exactly.
There's no distinction. So the youth has taken over. It was some y'all niggas was following Nature Boy, bro. That's how bad it got. Elders,
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a minute.
they was trying to elope with Nature Boy.
Right.
That's how bad it got.
Woo!
You know what I'm talking about? So
That's
when you
right.
put grandmothers with Nature Boy, and that's when you know that you niggas have lost everything, and
Yep.
you gotta start over, bro.
Yep.
This shit is like a defunct crackhead that's trying to come back. Like you need some therapy.
Yeah. That's why they're immature. That's why they're not growing. That's why they're not doing
growing,
anything.
they immature, they gossiping, everybody's
Yes.
compromising. Who the fuck look in the mirror? If you my age, if you born in the 70s, my nigga, in the 80s, you're a grandfather. You need to grow up.
True.
You need to stop chasing these fucking children, bro.
Yeah.
You're not keeping up with no 18-year-old.
I want to share with what you just said going into these holidays, family.
Uh-oh.
Going into these holidays,
Holidays.
okay? These holy days, listen up. Y'all got to listen close.
This is a holiday warning. We are going into heart attack season.
Ooh.
We're going into stroke season. For the food, for the festivities, it is crucial to be mindful of the starches, be mindful of staying hydrated, drink your Kinkaliba tea, which is helpful for circulation and your memory. We do not need holidays to end up in the ER or beyond, because many of us are not being mindful of how important our health is. Better to drink tea and no food than food and no tea. I want to see you as healthy and happy as you can be,
Okay?
because health is our greatest.
Family, we got to do more tea. Tea is crucial. Get that Seahawk tea. This is what Sabi was talking about before he made his ascension. Seahawk or Kinkaliba tea. Look at the benefits. Liver detox, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, weight loss, anti-cancer, digestive aid, lowers blood pressure, gallbladder detox. All right? This is what we need to drink tea and cut back on that food, because there's too many of us checking out. And imagine living 50 plus years and then your blood get too thick and then you have a stroke or a heart attack or diabetes and lose your arm and your leg and your toes. And how many of us know how many people out here sick? So drink the tea throughout the day. And that's all I wanted to say. And back to you, Phil. Red Pill, Bliss is falling asleep. It's bedtime for her.
Nah, you need to stop.
Yo, you got your mic turned off, bro. She
Come on,
goes to
Bliss.
bed
You
usually
gotta read her
around
bedtime
sundown.
story.
That's her
Yeah,
sleep.
come on, Bliss. We're gonna read her bedtime story, and we're gonna touch.
You got to give her the bedtime story before we close out.
I got a bedtime story.
That
about
Scorpio, give her the bedtime story to a Capricorn.
3 bears that was eating the honey. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And there was this girl named Goldilocks.
Oh,
Or do you want to hear about a Nancy the spider? You know what I mean? Like something got to give. But it's been blissful being with y'all tonight. You know what I'm talking about? It's always a beautiful time when I'm here with my, you know, with my elders. You know what I'm talking about? Sister Kafunya, you already know what it is. We go back like Polite's hairline. You know what I'm talking about? We done did 1111 on KTL radio, going all the way back in the days. You were the one who used to help us steer it and open up those portals before people were even talking about angel numbers and whatnot. We were opening up that portal on Blog Talk Radio in like 08, 09, moving forward and whatnot. So on 1111, we only going to come and claim what we already stamped and whatnot. And that's that portal. And we're going to walk through the portal and we're going to shake the pillars of New York City because, you know, Snoop came through to knock down the buildings and I'm doing the same thing. But it's going to be a quote unquote, you know, my love language. I'm coming to show love. I'm coming to break bread and show love the Brooklyn way. You feel me? And anybody who wants to receive the quote unquote tools, right? Because I'm coming to show you the tools that you can use. I'm coming to show you the methods that you can quote unquote utilize so you could go into holiday 23 and then you could go into the new quote unquote fiscal year of 2024 with some type of purpose and some fucking motion. You know what I mean? So don't miss out on this holiday run that's coming up and whatnot because you have something to offer. We just gonna have to find out what that is and how we could take that and commodify that, you know what I mean, unapologetically, because people almost have to say a prayer and apologize for monetizing their gifts. That's how bad they got us. That's how bad they got us. To whereas we almost feel ashamed to monetize our gifts and talents, but you won't feel ashamed to go look for a job though.
no.
Oh, you know what? You just hit something. I want to say this, man. So many of us do not support the artists. And I am thankful for all those who have given me support. But
Right.
part of the broken Negro syndrome is gimme what you got.
Yeah.
And instead of giving exchange, like, oh, you know what? You're an artist. It's taken you years of meditation and patience and persistence. Let me give you a donation. That's why we got your ticket going along the bottom.
And
Red
ain't,
Pill.
nothing, and ain't nothing hitting. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
You
no
know?
coins dropping. But guess what?
It's coming.
But guess
And I remember when you was on Blog Talk, you had me talk to you while I was on ayahuasca on the beach in Rockaway. And I don't know if the words came out right, but I was inebriated with ayahuasca while you was trying to interview me on Blog Talk. I remember
right.
that.
That's right. And what obviously what happened was you were able to convince other people to go ahead and heal. And because ayahuasca won't hurt nobody. I promote plant-based solutions. If it's in a chemical, if it was born in a lab or it has chemicals in it, you will never see me promoting that.
Right.
If the weed that I smoke got chemicals in it, I ain't smoking it.
Right.
I promote plant-based medicines. You understand? That's what I'm behind. I'm pushed that to the day that I'm out of here because the shamanistic spirit in me says there's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that's wrong with it is your fear and your programming from your Christian mind state to tell you the fucking plant is evil. You dig what I'm saying? You was
Testify.
eating broccoli the other day. You know what I'm talking? You was on you wearing kale salad, but a mushroom is harmful. Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, save
You
some
know.
of that goodies you got, man. I mean, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna say this right now, family.
Yeah.
I got a feeling Red Pill. Hold on, Kafunya.
Going to
Red
the
Pill, hold on, Kafunya.
Go in the restroom.
Red Pill is a griot. The last person I recognized having griot spirit was our brother Panic. We've been on 2 hours, 22 minutes, and it was 22 seconds when I started saying that. But you got griot spirit, brother. I just want to say that. I salute you.
Appreciate that.
You definitely got a griot spirit because I recognize Panic can talk from now to sunup. And I was like, look, Panic, we got to go home. We got to go to bed, but you got griot spirit, bro. You and your brother. Salutations,
Panic,
man.
I'm hurt, man. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Like I could, you know what I mean? I'm hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm binging on the brother, and we didn't always agree on things. He was Team Bobby, I was Team Phil. And if anybody from the community know about that you know what that was back in the days.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But my contemporaries are my contemporaries, and I feel the loss. We gotta stop being so comfortable with and if we take in these losses, we have to really honestly say that we're, because people is like, we gained on the other side, but it's like, I hear you, you know what I mean? I hear you, but are you really going to put in that work that's really needed, or is that just a novelty? You know what I mean? Are we really gonna see some motherfucking chaos magic just start to pop off because y'all are the reason to summon it and whatnot? You feel me? Like that's the part that hurts, that people who are so fucking has so much potential, if that potential is lost. That's the part of me that's gonna hurt if the potential is lost. So for all of his students and whatnot, y'all have a huge task on your hands. I watched the whole Sabi shit get destroyed. I watched the whole legacy get basically pimped, and they did it dirty. So I'm just praying that this doesn't happen with our good brother and his motherfucking legacy and the shit that he stood for, and all of those students that he helped raise up out of the goddamn grave and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? I really hope that y'all make that man proud. And the human part of me is just being human, and I miss that man. You know what I mean? I'm feeling the pain. I seen him with his granddaughter on film, and I start crying, bro. You know what I mean? That's just the human in me. But once again, it's a war going on outside, and none of us are here forever. You dig what I'm saying? So we got to be able to accept what the fuck is going on and just know that everything is going according to plan. But it's getting lonely over here right now because, like I said, the other side is stacking up. Your thing is on mute, Kafunya.
Red Pill.
I would like to say,
Kafunya's in her bunny pajamas, and the list is nodding out. Brother,
I'm out.
we gotta wrap it up, brother.
I'm
Liz
gonna
is nodding out, and Kafunya's in her bunny outfit. Go ahead, Kafunya.
wait. I just wanted to say that, we think that honoring our ancestors is some kind of spooky thing. Yet we have our children going to see Casper the Friendly Ghost, Harry Potter, and all of these other things. But yet,
all of the Disney cartoons,
right? And yet, our brothers and sisters, our cousins from China, they will always be honoring their ancestors, as well as, in African nations, they have a homage to our ancestors. So when your ancestors or your family leaves, like I have an altar of all the ancestors that love me. And when I have an issue or a challenge, I go to that altar, and I talk with my mom. I talk with whoever I'm guided to. I talk to Vaughn Benjamin of Midnight. I talk to whoever I need to talk to get a solution to the issue that any of you might be having. So it's not spookism. It's we do have to honor them, and we have to honor them while they are alive, because we are our ancestors, and our ancestors are expecting us to do better.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna honor my ancestors with some sweet potato pie, some candy yams, black eyed peas, collard greens,
Right.
because it's about that time. So
Sir.
let's get out of here.
And Sister Marie will have all of those type of things in an ITEL form,
Yes, yes.
because she will be providing the vegan, plant-based food for the heart, mind, body, and soul.
Because
I
we
wanna
sweet
leave-
potato season and
Yes, I
pumpkin
do.
pie.
Pumpkin pie. I want to leave it with this too. In Atlanta, for all of my AT aliens, every Monday for the month of November.
I like that.
Yeah, every Monday for the month of November, we are gonna be doing Melanin Monday IRL podcast. IRL means in real life, right? So Melanin Mondays IRL podcast.
Let me put
And
that.
we are-
Let me edit this so you could do that, man. Let me.
Yeah, we
Give me,
right downtown, right?
Melanin
Centralized
Monday.
location.
Hold on a second.
IRL.
Melanin.
Mondays,
Yeah, and yesterday was our
Mondays.
first one. It was a smash. We sold out.
IRL.
IRL. Yeah, in real life.
in real life.
Yeah, in real life. Like not on a computer type shit. We're broadcasting it, but we doing real life shit now. Not just me on the phone in my house. We doing in real life to bring the people out. So the people, because you know,
Did I
because
spell that right?
Right, you did. It's not about Red Pill. It's about Red Pill's network. Your network is your net worth. So I'm a lead magnet. I'm drawing people out, and then I'm making them introduce to each other. That's what I did yesterday. Everybody introduce yourself to each other. Say hi. Exchange connections. Exchange contacts. Communicate. Stop looking at me. It ain't about me. It's about y'all. Y'all are the important ones. And I always say that I was at 100 lectures. Nobody ever passed the microphone around and said, who's in the audience?
Yep.
Right. That's true.
And you know what?
And the solutions was in the audience. It wasn't on the stage.
I want to give a
because of the-
special. I want to give a special acknowledgement to Kaba Hiawatha Kamini,
Oh, yes.
because
Magic.
he said, "Let's take a break so that everyone can support the vendors in
Of course.
the building
In the
at
building, right.
Nicholas." And you know, I've been to a lot. Red Pill. I've been to a lot of events,
Right.
and the support vendors get are pathetic.
But what we do,
Some narcissistic egomaniacs that swear they got the folks following them in the canoe at the expense of vendors not getting a dime, and then they might catch some traffic at the end of the event. So I want to
Yeah.
thank you, Kafunya, and I want to thank you, Monique, and I want to thank you ahead of time, Red Pill, for the time that you allow people to do energy exchange amongst.
yes, we will do that.
Right. And the main reason why we doing Melanin Mondays in real life is I had 9 vendors yesterday. I want them to eat. I don't need them to just be waiting on festivals and holiday. We got to create more live events so people could come out and support, and people could tap into the economics of consciousness, and people could adorn themselves with all of this drip, and people could get, you know, the good smelling soaps and whatnot. You don't go to Bed Bath and Beyond for shit like this when your sisters are making them. You don't
Right.
go to Sephora for the smell goods when our people got the smell goods and they got the oils and whatnot. I don't need them.
You know, that's restoring the humanity in the digital age, bro.
Yeah.
That is really honorable what you're doing.
We are
You're
rich.
saving their souls, man.
You
And
are
and
rich.
what we do, we introduce, let the vendors come up and say what they're doing. That's what we do. That's what we did, and that's what we will continue to do, because you know, it's that energy
Beautiful.
exchange.
Right.
Beautiful. Special
So-
acknowledgement to Brother Marvin. Special
Right.
acknowledgement to Tanisha, makes the sorrow. Special acknowledgement to Gabriella. Special shout out to the Squeeze Master massage therapist. I call him
Oh.
Squeeze Master. Yo,
Right.
Red Pill. He'll make the bitch come out of a man the way he can squeeze you up. Ah! Ah! and then you'll detox because it's such a deep lymphatic
Right.
massage that detox the demons out of your lymphatic system. So I want to thank you, Kofunya, for
It's the
your
posture.
compassion, and Red Pill. And I want to thank you, Bliss, for all these beautiful videos that you have done for the promotion of shows. I know you've been busy orgasming and all that, but family, she makes beautiful promo videos when she finally lands.
Not orgasming. Right.
We're gonna have a henna technician from Eritrea there. She was at our last.
That's Gabriella, right?
I don't know if that's Gabriella or not.
Yo, ask her if she could do a neck tap for me.
She'll be right there. You could ask her yourself.
I want that for my birthday.
It is. Gabrielle is.
I want my whole
She's
neck
from
to
Eritrea.
be hinted up.
Right,
Man, Syrian. Special shout out if she's listening. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, shout
So
out to
Blitz,
her.
I want to thank you for supporting, because we 2 hours behind her bedtime, and Kofunya's in her PJs, and I just put on my night socks because my feet were starting to get cold, man.
Right, right.
Yo,
Thank
is
you
that, that's
for
the pajama? That's the pajama with the feet attached.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the shit with the
The
feet attached.
onesies.
Damn. They ain't playing.
Yo,
with
but
y'all,
you
boy.
are, I give you salutations, Red Pill. You are a natural griot, brother. I sense it.
Yeah.
Salutations, my brother.
Yeah, turn me up. Give me
Yeah.
some medicine. Turn
And
me
you,
up.
we got you. But we're gonna say night night to y'all because it's
Yeah.
bedtime for all of us over 25.
Good night.
Right. You know how,
Let me put
you
one
know
more
how
time.
we take naps. We take naps and shit. I be
There we go.
telling my son, like, I'm gonna take a nap. I'll be right back, bro.
And that being said, thank y'all. I want to thank
Yes,
you.
we
for
thank everyone
supporting.
in the chat too. Thank you. Give thanks. Make sure they share out the information.
I
the
just
people
put
Shout out
the
to your
Eventbrite
chat. Shout out to your
Eventbrite Cash App. I just put that Kofunya in the chat, and I'm looking for. I must be getting sleepy because I'm trying to close out with the night night show. Here we go.
Say often, yes, I am. Supreme shield of protection surrounding me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am remembering all I was born to do. Yes, I am. Take hold of your crystal, which will magnify your I am affirmations at least 600%. If you don't have a pistol, you better have a crystal.